Justin, I need you to give one bit of advice. One quick bit of advice. I know you can chat shit for a while. Go.
My one bit of advice would be...
I have 2 viewings today and I'm already late for them, and I'm just drawing floor plans. This is something you're going to see a lot. Always draw your floor plans before you go to a viewing, man. Like 5 minutes preparation saves you 20 minutes of hassle. And this one is going to be potentially 5 studios, 1 double ensuite. That'd be pretty cool. It's already like a massive property. So when it's a massive property, we can usually go for higher end prices simply because we don't have to spend loads of money on adding space. So when we don't have to do extensions or loft conversions and stuff and like a lot of reconfiguration in the middle of the house, we save money in the refurb and we can offer higher, so then we can go for higher end property. You want to know why I do this? Look at them. That is a bunch of old plans that I've done. It doesn't have to be good. I used to be good. I used to care, but now I just go scrub, scrub, scrub. I'm going to need to do this about once a week so I can just answer all the questions you have, like personal development, editing, property investment, entrepreneurship, me, anything. So the first question, I put it on my story, I have to be honest. I put it on my story and on Instagram, follow me here. Yeah, I put it on my story and one person asked me a question, so I've got to pull up some other questions that I've been asked in the past, just until we get a wee bit of a few people asking a few more. So Jake asked me, what do you use to find properties? What sites do you use? I use mainly Property Engine. That's one that I use every single day, simply because it pulls things from like other, like Zoopla, Rightmove, and it just pulls it onto one, and you can check like Article 4 maps, so you don't know, so you get to know if you're investing in Article 4 or out of Article 4. You have a lot more criteria. You can set alerts, so I get about 10 alerts a day. As soon as I get an alert, I know it's ready for me, and chances are I just call up and book a viewing. Robbie asks, when you are chasing up agents for properties sold subject to contract, have you had any success from this? Now, where I invest right now, the demand is just ridiculous, so I haven't had any success from this, but I do know other people that have had success, and I always just call like once a month. So on Property Engine, I put a wee label that says STC, like keep in mind, and basically after 90 days, I just call at the start of each month or at the end of each month, and I just tell the agent, look, I'm interested in this property, I'm still interested in this property, how's the sale going? You know, if it falls through or if it goes a bit rocky, like we've got cash ready, we're ready to go, we can buy this quickly, you know, like all the usual stuff. So I've not had any success from it, but I have had agents to the point, like they just absolutely know that I'm interested in that property, and not just that property, that style of property. So when something does come to the market, they call me. So I've not had any direct success from STC calls, but I may have had someone like call me because they know I'm interested in that kind of property. Edina asks, quick one, Scott, in what order do you put an offer through? Do you view most times or do due diligence and then offer? So I don't like do loads of viewings and then do my due diligence. I always do like a pre-analysis, and I have done a video about this. So for example, on Property Engine, I have all my criteria set and I get the alerts. Now, it's not 100% accurate. Sometimes the layout of the property doesn't work for us, or you know, like the street isn't fantastic for us. So I always make sure that I go on Property Engine and I do some more due diligence. So I go and see I check the floor plans if they have them, just see if it's the correct layout for us. I go on Google Maps, I do a wee satellite image and just like check out the area. Sometimes I do street checks, check out the area. I check the EPC because sometimes the floor plans that the agents provide aren't correct, and I check the EPC just to see if they both match, then chances are that's it. If they're both a lot different, then I'll definitely need to view it just to make sure that I get the right measurements so we can carry out the right amount of work that we do. So long story long, I make sure that I do a pre-analysis, I make sure that it hits all my criteria, and then I do the viewing. And then when I'm at the viewing, I do loads of measurements, I take videos, and then I do a post-analysis to see how many studios and how many double en-suites we can get, and then that determines our offer. Andrea asks, are you doing your reels from scratch or are you automating them to be done by AI? Now, I would never ever recommend doing like using AI to edit your reels or You know, like, I definitely don't do it myself, but if you use AI, not only do they look the same as everyone else, it kind of takes away like the authenticity. It's just looks cheaply done. They're very hard to watch. Like all of these like flashy, crazy edits, like ding ding ding, like cha-ching, like all these crazy edits, like they're done. People are fed up with them. Like it's over. So I definitely don't use that. I use CapCut. For my YouTube videos and for my reels and pretty much every sort of like filming content I only use CapCut. I use the paid version, and just because you get subtitles, which is pretty cool. But I also use Canva to design thumbnails, not so much on YouTube anymore because I kind of just take like a screenshot from it, but from the video. I use Canva for thumbnails, like if I want to add stuff. I am forever rushing to draw floor plans, man. I need to start doing these in advance, but what a difference it makes. Done. Someone did ask a question and I'm going to use all of this to answer it because it was one hell of a question, but first I've got to do this viewing.
The next day.
You see this microphone here? It's broken. So I've got to go meet an investor, try and close him, and then go all the way to Birmingham to get a new one of these. So the audio might be shit for a few minutes, but please bear with me, it's going to get better later in the video. Then I also need to put in a couple offers, go to more viewings, and then put in more offers.
It's just arranging a site visit with the builder because we need to cost everything up for the lending side of things.
So we could do Tuesday morning or...
Right, okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
Mr. McPherson, what do I owe the pleasure?
I wasn't expecting you to answer so fast. You must have been waiting for me. Got another deal for you, mate. I was just wondering if you're available for a site visit to cost up everything.
Depends what your budget is. Depends what your budget is, Scott.
50 quid.
Yeah, of course I can get out there.
Hi Laura, it's Scott. I was just on the phone to your colleague. We were just arranging a site visit for the builder to go and price everything.
we'll need to meet at the property, okay?
No, that's absolutely fine. It'd be nice to see you. Woof! Back and forth, like this all day, every day, man. I wish I got to record more of it, but the audio's still shit. I know, I'm sorry. I'm literally on my way to Birmingham, 2-hour drive to get a new mic, so yeah, the audio will surely be a wee bit better later on. And see, whilst I'm driving, I've just got like 2 emails there from 2 property alerts that have been added to the market. So it's like having a little virtual assistant. Someone's just looking out there looking for properties for me. I get the email, boom, make a call. And whilst in the middle of chatting shit, I may as well give you a wee update regarding how the investor went. Now, this investor is wanting to start off with BRR. He's new to property. But he's interested in what we have to do, simply because of the return on investments, the money left in and all that jazz. So the plan is he's going to come to one of our projects, or maybe a couple of our projects when they're in the renovations, to see what we're up to, because describing what we do to people is pretty difficult. Oh wait, I'm getting another call. Hello?
Hi Scott, it's Laura, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
We don't have 10 o'clock available.
What I'll do is I'll call my builder just now to see if that's okay, because
Welcome to the O2
oh,
messaging service.
Tom!
The person you are...
Alright mate, I'm in Birmingham. How good is that accent? Well, half my family's from Wolverhampton, innit? So, Wolves, there you go. Before I go, I've got one question. Are you a yam yam or a yow yow? Did it. Got the mic. To be honest, I really wanted this mic anyway, but clean audio is just so much better than shit audio. So this is what it sounds like without the microphone, and this is what it sounds like with the microphone. 1, 2, buckle my shoe.
Hi Scott, so sorry to bother you again today.
I'll need to confirm it because it's very close to the balance of the account, but I'm pretty sure it'll be cash. Alright, whilst I've got a minute, I'm going to submit the offer on a property that I viewed yesterday. This project, I think we can get a bunch of studios out of it, like 4. So I think that's a really, really good amount of studios, you know. After I view the property, I go over the plans and I basically just draw out what I think could possibly happen. So if, let's for example say, I'll take these plans here, these are old ones. So see, that's a master bedroom. I would just potentially like draft out like a U-shaped staircase there and see if we could tuck an ensuite behind it. and that's like a bedroom number 2, and that's a bathroom. I'll probably just scribble that out, see if I could join them together, see if we can make that a studio. And if there's not enough room for 2 studios, I would try and see if there's enough room for, like, say, 3 double en suites, or 1 double en suite, 1 studio. And I would do the same with the ground floor, and I would probably draft out a wee bit for the loft as well. Just even if it's like with dashed lines, it's nice to just get an idea of what you can do. And I also calculate the square meterage of each room. So I draw up the measurements of the properties, and then I just times them together, and that's the square meterage of the room. And that way I know if it hits the national minimum standards. I think the national minimum standards for a studio is like 14 square meters. It sometimes changes between councils. Sometimes it's 14, sometimes it's 15. So definitely a good idea to check your local council site. But yeah, I definitely make sure that things can work before submitting an offer, because you don't want to end up down the line and shit doesn't work out, man. Like, that can cost a lot of time and money. All right, for this offer, I have written, hi, insert name. I'll put this in the description so you can copy it. It's not perfect, but it's worked for me, okay? So, hi, insert name, I hope you're well. I'm ready to submit my offer on insert property address. Just so you know, we are cash buyers and our solicitor is in funds and standing by. We have proof of funds, ID and address available. Please see attached. As we are buying for investment, we are not in a chain and can complete as quickly as all parties can move. Thank you very much for considering an offer. We look forward to hearing you as soon as possible. And I would also put the offer in as well, like what the number is. So I'm just keeping it short and sweet, putting in the bullet point information, telling the truth, and yeah, there's nothing else they need to know. You don't need to fucking slaver on, right? Just put in what you need to do. Maybe give them a wee call after to make sure they got it. And Bob's your Uncle Fanny's your ass. 3, 2, oh wait. All right, 3, 2, 1. Boom. All right, next up, I've got to create a deal pack. All right, deal pack done, offers submitted. Now I've got to go back up to the project and finish off the Q&A that I done yesterday, because half of it wasn't fucking recorded, was it? So I've got to finish it all off to make sure that this video is complete and ready to go out. All right, I've had to pull over services to do another deal pack. That's a deal pack created, but with this one, I wasn't able to get into the back garden, and I need to get into the back garden, so we're telling that to the client, but it's a juicy deal, it's a juicy deal, so hopefully they're happy with that. I've got to arrange with the agent to, we've already had the offer pretty much accepted, the vendor's happy with the offer, but I need to view the back garden with the builder. So if you're ever uncertain, don't get too ahead of yourself, you know, make sure that you are 100% certain that the deal works. Hi, how's it going? I'm just calling about a property I've listed on Rightmove. Just wanted to book a viewing, please.
Yes, I see you called. I see your name on the system. You called yesterday. We're just trying to get through to the tenant. We haven't heard back from the tenant as yet. Just give me 1 second. My computer's gone dead now.
I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Scott.
All right, I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. It's unreal how many times I try and book a viewing. Thanks for your podcast. It's unreal how many times I try and book a viewing and they can't get access to the property. Like, I'm still waiting on access from one I tried to book last week. But 1 viewing a day. I'm going to say that so many times throughout all these videos. Book 1 viewing a day, and eventually you'll find one and you'll get that offer accepted. So minimum standard, 1 viewing a day, okay? And I'm holding you to it. You better make sure you book that viewing a day. If you want to fucking get that offer accepted and get that property portfolio built, 1 viewing a day. You don't have to view 1 property a day, but get 1 at least booked a day, at least 5 a week, all right? All right, so Desta asks, where do you see yourself in 10 years? I'm going to go over that quickly, and then I'm going to teach you basically how I set goals, okay? So, first of all, you got career, then you got health, then you got relationships. And at the end of this, I'm going to tell you the planner that I use. I've got a planner that basically breaks all of this down a lot better than I do, but this is the overview, okay? So, career. I want Think Property to be a self-sustaining business, all right? McPherson Properties. I want about 25 HMOs and do large developments. Don't know what that is yet. I've never thought about 10 years, by the way, so this is why this is a bit fuzzy. Health-wise, I want to run marathon in under 3 hours. A little shout out, by the way, I'm running the London Marathon for Macmillan Cancer, and I'm going to be doing it next April. So if you want to donate anything at all, only if you can, there's a link in the description below, and it's my Just Giving page, so anything helps. And if you can't donate anything, feel free to share it to people and ask them if they would like to donate. Everything helps. Thank you. Now back to this. I want a good relationship with food. My relationship with food is fucking terrible, so that needs sorting. Relationships. Married. I'm engaged right now, but I'd love to be married. Family. Family means I want that to work in order to do that, okay? So right now I work part-time, so seeing my family is very, very limited. And Lauren seeing her family is very limited. So I want the property to go well, so me and Lauren can get out of our jobs, do that full time, and then they're self-sustaining, and that means we can spend as much time with our family as we can, because right now it's limited. So basically, going up and seeing them as and when would be insane. Like literally, that would be the best feeling ever. All right, goal setting. Let's say this is your chart, okay? You've got December up here, that's a D, and you've got January here. Now the outline of this would be 6 months. These are quarters, okay? So Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Yeah. Is it? Q1, 2, 3, 4. Fuck it. And then you got weekly, okay? You got you got weekly and then you got daily. So I'm just gonna put weekly here and daily, right? That's meant to say daily. Basically, in order for you to achieve your annual goals, so your 5-year goals or your annual goals, you must break them down into your 6 months goals. So what do I need to do every 6 months in order to achieve my annual goal, okay? And then what you gotta do is, how do I achieve my 6-month goal? And then you break it down into quarters, okay? If I do this each quarter, that will feed into my 6 months goals, which will then feed into my annual goals, okay? And then you've got to break each quarter down into months. Now, each month feeds in to the quarter, okay? What do I have to do each month to win the quarter, to win the 6 months, to win the year, to win the long-term goals, okay? That's what you need to break down that further. And then it goes further into weeks, and it goes further into days. So if you reverse engineer it, if you say, I want to have X amount of properties, I want to lose X amount of weight, how do you reverse engineer it? So what do you need to do in order to put on 2 pounds a week or lose 2 pounds a week? How much exercise, how many calories? Like, break it down into what you got to do each day, but don't hyper-focus on each day. If you lose a day, if you go over your calories in a day, if you don't book a viewing in a day, if you don't submit an offer, if you don't do something in a day, focus on the weekly, zoom out a little bit, because if you win the week, you win the month, you win the quarter, you win it all, okay? So if you mess up on a day, like let's say you don't book a viewing one day, book 2 the next day, catch up. Or if you go over your calories, just reduce your calories by how much you went over. Try and go the weekly average, okay? So the daily stuff helps because I like having a to-do list. So I know if I do this each day, it'll feed into that, into that, into that, into that, into that. That's what I like. But if you don't like a daily to-do list, just do a week one. Zoom out a little bit. As long as you're winning something that feeds into the rest, okay? I am knackered. This has been 2 days in the making, this video. If you enjoyed any of it, feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Justin, right, to end this video, I'm doing a video about goal setting. I need you to give one bit of advice, one quick bit of advice. I know you can chat shit for a while. Go.
My one bit of advice would be to have a clear vision. Know what it looks like, smells like, sounds like in the next 5, 10 and 20 years. And then you can set goals around what that vision looks like. Then you can break them goals down into quarters. Then you can break them quarters down into weekly targets. And as long as you hit every single target, every single week over that quarter, and you work towards your yearly goals, you're going to get to that vision.
Mate,
you'll see it.
That's literally what I just spoke about for ages as well. Fucking class.
It don't get simpler